Hey guys, welcome to week 10. So we're pretty close to the end of the semester and I hope you're really excited. I know I am. You guys have learned a lot and we just have a little more to learn in your final project to complete and then you're done. So this week and these following weeks, the structure of the course kind of changes a little bit. So each week I will still have this optional discussion board for you so that you can discuss any code things that you need help with, or if you want your peers review on your websites, whatever. This week we have an activity, so you're going to learn more about careers in web design and development, and I'll go over that in a second. You'll also have another activity to learn more about HTML forms, and then you're going to continue work on your personal site. And this is pretty much what it's going to look like each week now that we are further into the semester, is you're going to have an optional discussion board, except for I think there's a required one in week 12. An optional discussion board, and then an activity to learn a little bit more about HTML, and then just a little bit more progress on your personal site. So again, this is your final, so make sure that you're working really hard on this, because that will make, when we get to finals week, it's not going to be quite as difficult because you'll have it pretty much almost done, right? All right, so let's go into these activities here. So your first activity is this careers in web design and development. So you're going to go to salary.com and you can put in whatever web development, web design type job you're interested in, and take a look at what kinds of job descriptions there are, like what they're looking for. Look for the recommended skills, the job description, I think I just mentioned that, career path possibilities. So go ahead and take a look at that. You can also, again, salary.com, take a look at the salary. Is that, where you want to be, kind of thing. And then what did you learn? So prepare a short response to the following. What did you learn from the websites on careers in web design and development? And what did you learn from this class in general? So include your final word count in parentheses at the bottom of your response. Okay, and then again, here's what I'm grading on. So I want to see that you reflected on the prompt, and I want to see that you have at least 200 words and you included the word count at the bottom. So if you have 200 words but you forgot to include the word count, you're going to miss like half a point on that. So make sure that you're paying attention to that. In this case, you will be submitting, you can either copy and paste in the text box entry, or you can upload like a Word doc or a PDF, something like that. So I won't be expecting a website upload for this. I just want to see your reflection on what you've learned. Your next activity is this HTML forms activity. So if you remember, one of your child pages has to incorporate a form onto it. So this week we're going to learn how to create forms. So there's a really great article on the Mozilla Developer Network that you're going to work through. You're going to have to create a new file called forms.html and work through that article. And then you're going to add a little bit more function to your form. So I want to clarify here, when it talks about at the top, you have the HTML and CSS side of the form, and that's what makes it look nice. It makes it look like a form that you can submit things in, but it's backend code, JavaScript, sometimes Java, PHP, what else, C#, whatever, backend languages is what makes it actually work, and you need a server side and a database to actually work with the form data in there. So that's really outside of the scope of this class, and you won't learn it for a few classes later. Later on in this degree, you would have a front-end web development class, which you'll learn a little bit further on what you've learned in here, and then a back-end development class also, which is where you'll learn more about this, how to make forms actually work. So in this class, they're not going to work yet. And that's okay. So again, they are going to give you a little bit of JavaScript to put in there so that it does a little something. So that's kind of fun, and it's just copy paste. You just have to copy and paste it in there. You don't have to write any JavaScript, because again, this is something you'll learn later. There's actually there's a class dedicated to JavaScript, so it's it's a little complex and can take time to learn. However, there are comments in this code so that you can try to learn kind of what is happening at least. And it exposes you to JavaScript so that you're ready for it when you have that class. And with that, that would be your activity. So just make sure that you complete the tutorial and that your form displays a message when submitted, which is what this code here should do. I did not create a tutorial on this because I feel like the tutorial here is pretty comprehensive, but if you guys would like a code with me video, let me know. However, I really think that you guys can do this. Alright, so that's that activity. And then again with that, I need you to send me the website URL so I can see your new forms.html file you just created. And then lastly, you have your personal site. So you have your site plan, you have your wireframes, everything should be worked out. And so this week you're going to take a look at your wireframe. Remember how we did this for the whitewater rafting site? You looked at the wireframe and you tried to figure out, okay, this is where the header is, this is the footer, this is my main section, this is my navigation. So try to, find the structure in there, and then you're going to write your HTML. So you also have your content created, so you'll be able to put that content and all your HTML in there. And really that's pretty much all I'm looking for in your home page and then your two child pages is just your HTML and your content all mapped out. And then you can submit it. So here's what I'm looking for when I grade. I want to see the link to the site plan included in the footer for all 3 pages because again, I need to be able to reference that site plan in your wireframes to make sure that you're following your site plan. And again, if you change your mind on something stylistically, like say you picked a red and you start doing your website and you don't like that color, you can switch that out. That's fine. Just update your site plan. And then your homepage HTML file is created and all of the content in the wireframe is included. Okay, so again, include your content, your HTML, I'm looking for that. And then same with your 2 sub pages. Okay, so that's it. This week I'm just looking for your HTML. And again, this is going to be your final project. So you are already starting to work on your final project. So finals week, this class shouldn't be too overwhelming because you'll already have made a lot of progress. So I'm looking forward to seeing your work this week.